we've been talking about musicians here having things thrown at them on stage. In fact, Lisa Lanier, our attorney, is going to join us next hour because now yesterday
Cardi B fought back.
Yeah, Cardi B, and we played this yesterday at this time. She was on stage in Las Vegas, and somebody threw at her a drink, like hit her in the face,
Yes.
right? And she just took the microphone and fired it right back. And what happened was it hit the wrong person, or it hit glanced off the person that threw it and then hit another person. Well, now she's basically facing charges. Am I right?
Yes, there's now several angles of the video coming out. She is facing charges. I believe the woman that she hit with the mic did go to the Las Vegas PD and say this, but wasn't her intended target.
Right.
There's now a new angle of the lady who threw the drink, and maybe the quickest just, I'm sorry moment I've ever seen. She throws the drink at Cardi B, and then I guess notices that Cardi B did get hit by it, turns with the mic, and she's getting ready to launch at her, and the woman starts going, I'm sorry, and ducks out of the way.
Yeah.
One of the weirdest things I've ever seen.
If you throw your phone or a bra, that's one thing. But what would possess somebody, unless you're really drunk, to just throw a drink at somebody?
I have no clue. And you just see the woman, she just does it.
And then apologize.
And then immediately it's like, I'm sorry.
You assume she's a big fan. She's there,
I think.
Is drunk logic? She wants to have my drink. I want to give her a drink.
That was a hateful, like,
it was. It was like in your face.
There's a lot of jealousy out there.
Pool party.
Yeah, but I don't think people. But that doesn't happen normally. I mean, I wouldn't think that most people, even if you're having a great time and enjoying this artist, even if you're drunk, I don't think you'd violently throw a drink at somebody.
Yeah, she throws it with hate in her heart. I don't know if she was mad.
Objection. You don't. It's speculation.
I see.
Nobody does that. Nobody does that for fun.
Hate in heart.
She could have been mad about the fact that she was lip singing. Could have been many different things.
Oh, you think it was anger that she was lip syncing, and that's why she...
Or just being a hater. Look, they always say haters are out there. Everyone has haters.
That one really surprises me. Maybe her drink was laced. I don't know. It's Vegas. That guy recently, we had a story recently, Biggie and I bought into his story. He was out for a bachelor party.
Yes.
Wound up doing all sorts of running down the street naked, jumping up on
He jumped on the gaming tables.
Nude and
front and back.
Helicoptered his penis around. You reported this.
Showing off the anus.
And showed his anus. And his wife back in Connecticut said, that is completely...
That's not Bob.
That's not him. And I took his side. He said, somebody must have laced my drink. I would never do that. And the reason I took his side is, you can get drunk, of course, to the point where you pass out or do something strange. But to jump up on a gaming table naked and show your penis and anus... that's out of character for almost everybody.
Right.
That's something you just don't see.
Look, let's not be naive here. What happened is he's 2,500 miles from his wife in Connecticut.
Yes.
In Vegas.
Yes.
He laced his own drink.
Oh, he laced his own. You think
he said, I can do anything I want out here. I'm in Vegas. There's no rules.
No, that's possible. And then I'm
going to take whatever I want to take. Well, you got a pill? I'll take it.
Well, and then he may have... told the truth to his wife and America by saying, my drink was laced. That's all you have to say. You just say,
there's something in my drink.
There's something Well, yeah, you put it there, maybe. Derek, you're talking about Cardi B and the drink thrown at her. Go ahead.
Yeah, I saw on the news this morning they were showing earlier video where she was asking people to throw water on her because she was hot. So the person doing it was just throwing water at her like she asked.
Okay.
Right. See, this is the kind you guys were all the hate in her heart. Maybe the single dumbest thing we'll say on the show this week. She threw it with hate in her heart.
She did.
And you signed.
Wait a minute, Biggie.
Well, because there's a difference to me.
You're both blithering idiots in this case.
She's like, it's hot. So people are just kind of splashing with water. This is a whole cup with ice aimed at her head.
I have to say that this new information does.
Oh, don't you change sides now.
Wait a minute now. If somebody say throw water at me, throw water.
She probably said it's hot AF out
hot,
here.
Yeah.
It's 130 degrees.
Right. So that's like sprinklets of bottled water or something. This lady took a full cup of ice and just tossed it at her head. That's hate in your heart.
But if you've been drinking and someone says, throw water at me.
I'm hot.
And you do, I don't think, then in that case.
Even drunk me would know she meant water from a bottle. This is a full cup with ice. Ice hurts.
Okay. Our attorney will weigh in on
Your
this.
case is melting like that ice in the Vegas sun. baby.
It is. I've got some reasonable doubt here on this. I've changed a little on this. That new information.
New information has come to light, man.
That
Listen, hashtag I stand with Cardi.
Hashtag hate in her heart.
a moment here. Cardi B is speaking out on this.
Bitch!
All right, we've heard from Cardi B. Man, I don't know. I don't know. About
That's a bombshell.
that one changes me a little.
Now, I will tell you, the problem is later that night, as we talked about as well, she then threw the mic at the DJ.
That's right.
So
that's right.
Cardi B did, yes.
And
Cardi B did. Yeah, he just took it.
But he messed up something.
Yeah. I think DJs are used to
We are.
being abused, so we just kind of take it and go.
We're used to that.
And no one would.
lowest rung.
And no one would help us anyways. No one would feel bad or argue that,
Exactly right. Speaking of things being thrown on stage, it's become a thing at Drake concerts that women throw their bras up there. And now he's like picking them up. We had this yesterday. He picked one up, said it was a 42 H, the biggest one yet. Now a woman in Canada says, and she's done it, she went to see him and threw her underwear on stage because she's lost 175 pounds. And she took her old underwear, huge, like a parachute. I saw it on TikTok. And she had stenciled in there. She put it, like, sewed on there. Hey, Drake, I've lost 175 pounds. Here's my panties. And she threw them up there. And Drake was like, woo, congratulations, girl.
Ozempic.
Yeah. Way to go, girl. Way to go, he said. I was like, good for you, girl.
All right.
Get it out there. Then, now, I'll tell you who else addressed this. This was, well, a little different. Kelly Clarkson is doing a Las Vegas residency. Oh, by the way, I was watching the Kelly Clarkson show yesterday.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I thought I saw something so weird. I think you all would have appreciated this. Kelly Clarkson, I guess the writers are on strike, so there is no real, they're not doing it. It must have been a rerun.
Okay.
But what Kelly Clarkson does is, and
I thought some of the talk shows were still...
Well, she's doing a Las Vegas residency, so I'm not sure she'd be on reruns anyway until September.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, I was watching it. I mean, it could have been live, I suppose, but I was watching it, and what Kelly Clarkson does is she spotlights local cities and the good they're doing for their community. And it was a season 8 of Friends, so my wife said, I'm not watching this. We're going to Kelly Clarkson. Usually, now I'm on Friends a lot of the time, or Shark Tank, or whatever. And I was playing solitaire on my phone, and my wife just said, I'm putting my foot down. I'm turning it over to Kelly Clarkson. I was like,
Did you lay down your remote and let her have her way?
I did. I didn't think it was worth the fight for a season 8 of Friends. I would have preferred a Shark Tank, but I've seen almost all of them now. So we go over to Kelly Clarkson, and Clarkson.
What a life.
This is just
This is why DJs are the lowest rung.
This is afternoons at my house. I've got
blessed.
Pretty soon there'll be no children in the house either.
That's right.
Before you know it.
That's right. Then we're free to do whatever we want. We can watch whatever we want. And yesterday it was Kelly Clarkson. I've never seen a full Kelly Clarkson show, but I like her. I think she's got spunk. Anyhow, she does this spotlight on the cities in America and what they're doing to improve their communities. And so she goes to the local news, and the local news in Pittsburgh had done a program or spotlighted a program that for 20 years, this group was helping homeless people get out of poverty, and homeless students in particular get their high school and then college degrees. They were given scholarships and food in cases. And I was like, this is great. It's good. I'm, just not really paying that much attention. So I'm playing solitaire. Yeah.
Let's see, Red Jack.
So they
Black
go.
10. Oh, that's nice.
Here's the part that caught my eye. They go via satellite to the NFL stadium where the Steelers play, and star running back Najee Harris is there with a local Pittsburgh reporter, and he's a big part of this program. And they've got a kid there who's like 20 who got a scholarship for college and had been homeless. And so 3 people are standing there. The reporter from Pittsburgh, Najee Harris, the kid who got the scholarship, and the 4th person, what's his name? Steely McBeam, the Steelers mascot. And
in full mascot costume?
In full mascot costume. And so they do this serious report on it. And Najee Harris is like, man, I can't.
With a felt-covered hard hat.
Yeah, and that's what he is. He's a big felt-covered hard hat. And Najee Harris.
Steel worker.
Yes. So the running back says, Kelly Clarkson says, why is this so important to you? And he says, man, I'm from the streets. I spent time I spent time on
I
this.
could be dead.
I could be dead. And Steely McBeam is nodding.
With this big open mouth, gaping mouth hole where the person inside looks through.
Yeah, like nodding along. Mhm.
Would you like to add anything, Steely McBeam? He just kind of does like a teardrop symbol with his fan. He's not allowed to talk.
I can clap. I can give a thumbs up.
Yeah.
There's a mascot code. I shouldn't be here.
And then they go to the kid who's gotten the scholarship, and he's like, 5 years ago, I was sleeping under a bridge. I was sleeping near the Steelers ballpark. And again, Steely McBeam is just with his head hung low. You know, he puts his giant.
He pretend to do his like sleepy hands motion under his giant foam head.
And when it was all done, I just said to myself, why did they have Steely McBeam there? There was no point. I mean, they had a reporter, they had the kid, they had Najee Harris, who's a star.
Yeah.
And yet they chose to have big old mascot Steely McBeam in that shot. There was no point. I said to my wife, this is poorly done. They should never have done that.
Yeah.
I have to say to Kelly Clarkson, that was
Lose the mascot.
Lose the
going forward.
because they had 2 segments on that, and it took 15 minutes. And I thought, man, this was the wrong choice. Kelly Clarkson was doing a residency in Las Vegas, and when she got a little bit blue, one of the women in the crowd held up a sign saying, "My girlfriend gave me a hall pass. You know, Kelly, let's do it. Let's go." And Kelly Clarkson said, "I would take you up on that, but I'm into wiener." She said that on the microphone. She said, "I'm too into wiener." And again,
Brought the house down.
crowd loved it. Crowd absolutely loved it.
Gays and straights.
Yeah, every one of them. It doesn't matter. You could be a gay, you could be a straight. Didn't matter. And Kelly said, "I'm too into wiener. Sorry."
See? That's why the aliens won't answer us.
I thought you were going to say it's why Kelly is so beloved.
No.
That's that spunk.
You know, I don't love her at all.
I know you don't beloved her. I do. I've beloved her since
the start.
Since the start. Because you know why? She is who she is. She doesn't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah, that's code for someone who's a little plumper than average.
Okay. She's a little plumper than average. She doesn't care. She's yo-yo dieted. She's just like the rest of us. You know, I believe that about her.
I'd rather be hit with a mic from Cardi B than stand in a Kelly Clarkson Las Vegas residency show.
I'd rather spend 15 minutes with Steely McBeam.
Talking about homelessness.
Yeah.
His mute ass face.
Okay. Giant, big Mickey Mouse hands go up there, you know, white gloves up there on his head. When the kid is bearing his soul, the kid starts crying. It's like, I couldn't. My mom did so much in this organization. And there's Steely McBeam just like nodding along.
Pull out a terrible towel to wipe his tears.
Right out of the pocket.
We really shouldn't have had the mascot here.
Terrible idea. I just kept looking at that like, what in the world are you doing?